Well, grand rising to all of you, my family and friends, and of course, welcome to Elida Monet's Motivational Moment. Before I start, I must do my salutations. Aboragani. Assalamu alaikum. Ikaru. Now that I've done with my salutations, let's get into the meat of the message for today. As you know, we are doing a series about choosing self. And what does it mean to choose yourself? And how choosing yourself is not selfish, but it's actually take care of yourself. Your whole self as a whole. And we talked about prioritizing self-care. We talked about self-boundaries. Using your voice to advocate for yourself, trusting your intuition, forgiving yourself, and practicing self-compassion, releasing expectations for external validations. Now, today we're going to talk about walking away from toxic people and situations. Walking away from toxic people and situations. Sometimes choosing yourself requires letting go of relationships or circumstances that are demoralizing or making you feel a certain kind of way that is destroying your well-being. Now, we have talked about a lot of different things, but this topic right here, walking away from toxic people and things, it's funny to me how people can do things to you and then get mad at you because you retaliate because of what they've done. They can't see what they've done. They only see what you've done. Maybe that's toxic. I don't know. Now, walking away from toxic people involves setting boundaries, limiting contact, and focusing on self-care to protect your emotional well-being. It is a crucial step in reclaiming your mental and emotional health. Now, here are some more details for us to look at the process. Number one, identifying toxic behaviors. Recognizing patterns of negativity, manipulation, lack of accountability, emotional vulnerability, and boundary violations. If someone continuously violate your boundaries, they are toxic people and they do not have your best interest at heart. If there's some things that happen that you know that this part, it offends me. I told you that it offends me, but if you continuously do it, they're not your friends. They don't mean you well. There are some things that you must take into account, especially dealing with toxic people. Number two, set boundaries and communicate them. Clearly define what you will and will not tolerate. Communicate your needs and expectations to the toxic person, even if they don't understand. For me, if you do something to me, or even if I'm beefing with someone and you know that I'm beefing with someone and you decide to go and just be all up in their face and be their friend, that makes me second guess your character. That makes me second guess who you are. I'm not saying that you can't be their friend, but to the extent that you're taking it, I understand and I will adjust accordingly. I'm not that kind of person that's going to be like, I just remove myself from the situation. That's what I do. Limit contact. Remove yourself from the situation. Reduce exposure to toxic people by distancing yourself physically and or emotionally. This might involve reducing communications, even going as far as no contact. I will do both. I'm not sure if it's a Libra thing or if it's a Londa thing, or even if it's just a woman thing. But if I feel a certain kind of way, then I'm going to remove myself from that situation. You don't ever have to worry about me, because I won't be there. If I start to feel a certain way about something or someone, then I will instantly remove myself. I will limit my contact with you. Yes, prioritize self-care. Focus on activities that promote your well-being, such as exercising, mindfulness, spending time with supportive people, or seeking professional help. Number 5, find support systems. Surround yourself with positive and supportive individuals who understand and respect your needs. I respect you enough to remove myself, and I love myself too much to put myself in a place where I am tolerated. Don't feel guilty. Walking away is not a reflection of your worth or responsibility. It is a necessary step to protecting yourself from emotional harm. Seek professional help. If you are struggling to navigate toxic relationships, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or a counselor. They can help you develop healthy coping mechanisms and strategies for setting boundaries. Then the last one is to be kind to yourself. Allow yourself time to process the change and heal from the emotional impact of that toxic relationship. And it's very important that once you remove yourself from a toxic relationship, take time out to get that thing or that person or those emotions out of your heart, out of your well-being, out of your you. Because when you connect with someone, then you connect with their mind, body, and soul. So when things happen and things begin to split off, you guys may have grown apart or whatever the situation may be, you have to make sure that you purge those things from your heart, from your soul, because if you don't, you will carry those things into the next relationship, and you will judge that relationship based on evidence that has happened to you before. Everybody gets a blank tray. It's up to you what you put on it. Now, you can put animosity, you can put backstabbing, you can put whatever you want in that tray because it's yours. Just know that I'm going to adjust myself accordingly. Now, 7 tips on how to deal with toxic people in your life. Setting firm boundaries, limiting contact, focusing on self-care to protect your mental and emotional health is where it starts. A toxic person defines as someone whose behavior consistently harms or undermines others. They create an unhealthy and stressful environment, making interactions emotionally exhausting. Maintaining healthy relationships is critical for all overall well-being. However, not all relationships are beneficial, and some can be harmful. Recognizing and addressing toxic behavior is essential for people to protect both their mental and emotional health. Below, we'll cover strategies of dealing with toxic people, signs to watch for, and how to set boundaries. We'll also provide resources to help you navigate these interactions. Toxic people can take a toll on your mental health. Take care of your well-being with Vital Therapy. How to deal with toxic people in your life. Number 1, set boundaries. Clearly define and enforce personal boundaries to protect your emotional and mental well-being. Tell the toxic person what their behavior is and what you will not tolerate within your relationships. Limit interactions to minimize the toxic person's impact in your life. Reduce the amount of time you spend with them. This can involve physical distance or reducing communications. Stay calm and detach. Maintain your composure and avoid getting emotionally involved in the toxic behavior. Respond calmly. Responding calmly can prevent acceleration and help you stay in control. Focus on the situations. Steer conversations toward positive and constructive topics instead of getting caught up in the drama or toxicity. Encourage problem solving rather than dwelling on the issue. Seek help. It is very important that you seek help. If you're having problems or navigating through a toxic relationship, talk to friends, families, or even a therapist about your experiences. An outside perspective from a family member or a trusted friend can provide emotional support and practical advice on handling the situation. Practice self-care, prioritizing your well-being through activities that reduce stress and boost your mood. Regular exercise, hobbies, and relaxation techniques can help you stay resilient and avoid harmful behavior. Know when to walk away. Sometimes the best options is to distance yourself completely from the toxic person, especially if they are unwilling to change their behavior and continue to harm. Now, what are some signs of some toxic people? constant negativity, manipulative behavior, lack of accountability, consistent criticism, jealousy, self-centeredness, unreliability, victim mentality, dishonesty, emotional, I can't even remember, I can't even read my word. I'll just say emotional attacking, isolation tactics. It's funny when I be writing stuff, I'm writing and I can't even read I can't even read my writing. Recognizing these signs can help you identify toxic people and take steps to protect yourself from their influences. Understanding these behaviors can help you manage your interactions and maintain your mental and emotional well-being. How to set boundaries from toxic people. Setting boundaries with toxic people is crucial for protecting your mental and emotional health. By being clearly identifying the behaviors that you found unacceptable and determine the limits you need to set. Communicate your behaviors directly and assertively, ensuring your message is clearly and firm. Be consistent in enforcing these boundaries, as toxic people may test your resolve. It is important to stay calm and composed when discussing your boundaries, avoiding emotional reactions that can cause or that could be used against you. Refrain from excessive explaining, or justifying your boundaries. A simple, straightforward statement is often sufficient. If needed, remember to prioritize your well-being and seek support from trusted friends, family, and or a mental health professional. By setting and maintaining clear boundaries, you can reduce the amount of toxic interactions in your life and create a healthier environment for yourself. What are the best resources to dealing with a toxic person? Dealing with a toxic person can be challenging, but professional support can help you navigate these situations effectively. Professional therapists often personalized guides and coping strategies to maintain or managing a toxic relationship, improving emotional resilience. Also, structured support groups, both in and online, in person and online, provide professionally led environments where you can connect with others facing similar challenges and create guidance. Engaging with the resources can help you develop effective coping mechanisms and maintain a healthier mindset. When dealing with toxic people, you have to know that your mind, your body, your soul is the first thing that comes into mind. And you must make sure that you take accountability for who you are. Take accountability for what you have done. Take accountability for the place that you have put or the way the relationship has gone. You have to take accountability for what you have done and are said. If you have done those things, acknowledge them. Look, I'm sorry. I know that when I did such and thus, you felt this way. Or when you did such and such, I felt this way. Talk it out. Talk it out first, or try to talk it out first. And I cannot stand people who get pissed off at something that you have done or said and don't say anything. They just distance themselves and don't say nothing. To me, that's childish. Because if someone has offended you, you go to that person. That says that in the Bible too. If that person has offended you, go to that person. Make your case. And if nothing changes, then you remove yourself. But I understand everybody does not have the mental capacity, nor do they have the backing or the learning that I do. I understand that. I get it. I totally get it. So I will do us all a favor and remove myself from the situation and or person and or community. It makes me no difference. I have come to a part in my life where having a friend, if it costs me my peace, I am not going to go around people or communicate with people that destroy my peace. I love myself too much. So with that being said, guys, I've got to go. But always remember, you can go to my YouTube page, Yolanda Monet Hatter, like, click, and share, like, like, click, and share. Make sure you go out there to check me out. I will be speaking on Mother's Day, so I will give you guys all of that information later. Remember, I love you, but God loves you more. And always remember, I will see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.